Okay, in round one, and we are on the draw. I'm going to keep this hand. It's a bit greedy, although I guess greed is the theme of the draft this evening. But having a lightning strike that is castable, as well as the deserter's quarters we can get early on. Any land gets us our 3 drop. And then we do have like our Ajani in our hand, which is kind of half the battle. So we'll hang on to it and play the greed game. Opponent does the red thing. Ooh, that's great. So our first drop will start with the Satyr Wayfinder and try to find. I mean, we'll get at least a land, and then if not, something really nice like a Plains would be cool. What do we have here? Unfortunately, we have to ditch one of our market festivals, but hey, we got our land. That's again just part of it all. So we can get our Dryads on turn 3. Okay, opponent just has... Ooh! Now we get to play our Servant of Timuret if we would like. Bash in for 1. Yeah, I do want to get the swamp down in case for some reason that gets milled or something. But I do think I want to have the Dryads out first. Could get bolted. Oh shoot! I should have put it. I should have done it on the Wayfinder before I attacked. I missed that, and if I had missed it before for some reason I thought that this was like the white one that like prevents damage. This is way better. I'm stupid. Well, my opponent should be at 18 right now. Ooh, hello, Porphyros. I forget what this guy does. Less than 5. Yeah, I knew that part. Enters the battlefield, deals 2 damage to each opponent. Ouch. And the pump. So yeah, that's definitely a relevant card. So we're going to take quite a bit of damage here or there, but we might actually be able to just start winning a hit on some kind of race. Do I have an enchantment I want to play? I could play the Grim Guardian and just kind of start going off on enchantments as we draw them, which seems better than the Servant at the moment. So yeah, let's do that. Just gets a lot more damage through. 2 extra points this turn. My opponent should be at 18 though. It's annoying. My mistake. Can't blame anyone but myself. I guess I should be F6 right now. But we're just going to try to win this race. Opponent plays a creature. We'll lightning strike it. We'll bash in for some more. Opponent's doing the mono red thing. That certainly helps get Porphyros online. But you are dying to lightning strike. Deserter's Quarters. Not awesome against Devotion kind of card. Ooh, Market Festival. I kind of want to get that online so we can get Ajani online, right? It also means 1 damage gets dealt. We can pump. Yeah, but I think we just have to lightning strike and then attack in, and we'll play the Deserter's Quarters as a follow-up. I just think we need to get... This guy's got a lot of power. Chases with our dudes. We want pressure, and gets 2 Devotion off the table. And at that point, there's nothing my opponent can do for a single mountain, because those are only combat tricks that I'm aware of. So we'll just keep on attacking. Put my opponent to 10. Market Festival next turn will hopefully let us get through whatever my opponent has here. Alright, those guys deal 4 to us, and then 8 to us, which is not cool. But no Devotion for Porphyros, which is nice. Then we can start holding things back as we want. Oh, our opponent wants to be on the defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If only that was the island. So if we play Market Festival, the Dryads can become 3/4s. And then my opponent would have to double block. That's kind of nice. Otherwise, I mean, I definitely want to play the Market Festival this turn. I could go ahead. Thing is, do I really want to trade my Oakheart Dryad against these Minotaurs? I don't think so. We can go ahead, play an island, get 2 mana. Fortunately, so if we play the island, put the Market Festival on the swamp, we can play the Servant of Temerant as well, which is kind of nice, just to maximize what we're doing here. And I think we want to put the Market Festival on the forest, right? Yeah, because we have the most forests. Yeah, I think that's just what we do. I think we play a patient game. Do I offer the trade? No, I really don't. Alright, cool. And we're set with some really powerful things with a Deserter's Quarters, a Ajani, and Keepsake Organ next turn. Definitely playing a Ajani next turn. Another Flurry of Horns would be annoying, but we have all of our defense up. We're only down to 10 at that point. We can just go ahead and make our Servant of Temerant this huge 4 whatever with regen. And how much mana will we have to do that with? We'll have 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, we're 1 short to be able to do that. Rollicker gets, you know, a creature 2 points through. Purphoros can be pumped once. 5 points I would actually care about. So we're going to let my opponent have a 5/5. We'll pay the tribute. We down to 10. Opponent's at 1, 2, 3. Still 2 more bits of loving that need to happen. Ooh, that's nice. So we drew the land, which means we can play Ajani, make our servant huge, attack in for a bunch, and regenerate it as needed, which is pretty cool. And we'll have a lot of defense back up. Throw the Wayfinder away, block the other guys. Ajani won't be dead. Not a big deal. And we get a gain of life, put pressure on my opponent. Pretty sure that's what I'm doing. Let me just make sure I don't screw this up. This is 3, 4, 5, plus 1, 2, 3 for regen. Yep, it's happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boink. Hello, Gigantor. Yep, I want you to have all of them. Opponent can just go ahead and block, but I get my inspired trigger, which is nice. We'll see if my opponent goes for it. Nope, just want to chump. I'm very happy with that. That is wonderful. +1, +0. So these guys can become 4, 4, and 7 or whatever. But we're just going to be not chumping, we're just going to be blocking here. Because as long as Ajani stays alive, we're in good shape. Because when we untap next turn, we're going to be able to do this. We can do this if we want. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 mana we have access to. Okay, opponent's tapping down now. Playing the Stormcaller. I'm down to 8. My opponent can do 1 pump with Purphoros. And doesn't do anything, which is grand for us. And we drew a land, which actually isn't the worst. I think we just continue to make a huge-ass do with Servant. So my opponent has to continue to chump. 1, 2, 3. One more guy makes Purphoros big, but we have 1 chump blocker here. So I think we just play the Keepsake Gorgon. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5. We could use Deserter's Quarters. Well, let's go ahead and do the Servant play, because I know I want to do that. I mean, I could be doing this distribution, have a better defense, but I just think making this guy a lethal threat, I know I want to attack in and leave 3 up each turn for, like, regen and stuff. Like, I'm very okay with that. Although, maybe we just make him a 5, because that'll... Yeah. Let's distribute more, actually. That's just, that way, no matter what, I'll just, like, kill one dude. I like that quite a bit. Much more, in fact. And then I will attack with Servant, and then we'll see what creatures my opponent has left after this. Pretty sure we're just going to play the Keepsake Gorgon out. Is my opponent actually playing mono red, or is my opponent... Interesting, no blocks. What does my opponent have? Humana humana ho. I do not know. So do I want to play Deserter's Quarters or Keepsake Gorgon? Am I missing something in this format that kills me? Creatures can't block with Strive. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm actually just going to keep up Deserter's Quarters and not Keepsake Gorgon, because I don't think that's particularly relevant right now. It is another blocker, but it seems like my opponent's doing something else. A Magma Spray on the Wayfinder. Okay. Exiled. And then something with, like, creatures that don't block? Because can my opponent actually do, you know, 7... No, 1 card? Can my opponent do 9 to me? I mean, we can tap down 2 of my opponent's guys. That's not going to do a whole lot, though, is it? What is it? Fanatic Mogus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of damage. So we are down to 3. Okay. That is not great, that's for sure. My opponent can pump all of these guys. Doesn't have haste, right? If it had haste, that'd be very bad. But does my opponent have the win here, then? Because with 1 pump, 1 guy... Wait, why did I think I lost a lot more life than that? What was I thinking? For some reason I thought I was down to 3. I was only taking 4. Interesting. What happened? Oh, my opponent... Yeah, my opponent had the win, but accidentally redirected. Because that would have put... Yeah, it would have put me down to 3, and then my opponent could have attacked for lethal. So now what's my opponent doing? Well, first I need to make sure I tap down some shizzle with this Faragax Giant. My opponent can still try to make a win here, but we got some good blocks. Yeah, that's a bummer. So I think my opponent had the win, right? I'm not insane. If that had gone to me, I would be down to 3. My opponent would have attacked in with all of these guys. I would have just died. So that's something I didn't play around. I was thinking more about, isn't that one that like creatures can't block, that you strive it? That's what I was kind of worried about, but I didn't really do the math. I don't really know how it's costed. But yeah, Fnatic was definitely one there that I got lucky on. No matter what, I'm having a ball playing this game of Magic. I don't know if it's that much fun to watch as I stumble through, but hopefully you're enjoying yourselves a little bit. Don't think I want those double reds in. Is there anything just really bad against my opponent? Yeah, these Return Revelers are kind of shitty. Like, so much of what my opponent does can, like, kind of get through that. The 2/3s, I guess, get held off, but by the time that's played, I should be kind of well ahead in my big dudes. My opponent didn't seem super aggressive. But then, again, is there anything that I want to bring in instead? I don't like the Return Reveler. I do want that gone. What else do I want? Another Deserter's Quarters? No, we have places to put our mana, but we don't have that much stuff. Bolt does seem to be good. It does take out a lot of my opponent's creatures, right? Even if it's a later game thing. My opponents have a lot of toughness. Yeah, let's bring the Bolt in. I think that'll be good. Is there a safe way for me to take out one of my lands? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't think so. Again, that means that we're relying on Market Festival just to be able to cast Bolt of Keranos. I don't like that one iota. Can I get away with 7 forests? I think I can. Let's do that. We're learning. We're experimenting. Mana base is pretty messed up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we gotta keep. We need to go get our mountain, but we have the means to do that. So we'll play our swamp, blow the font for a mountain, and then have a turn 3 Ill-Tempered Cyclops. I do like that quite a bit. Ooh, another font. But I want to blow the first one first. Get ourselves situated here. It's nice though. It'll help us grab like a second mountain, a second swamp, depending upon what we need at the time. No follow-up is nice. Could just be a lightning strike or something. I want a mountain. Give me the mountain. Thank you. Hey, and then we drew a mountain. Well, at least we can play our Bolt. Ah, yay, no lightning strike. Woohoo! Maybe my opponent has his or her own Bolt to deal with my Ill-Tempered Cyclops. Nope. Good. We are setting back the attacks at the moment. Or not. So you have a coordinated assault? Interesting. What's my follow-up play? I have at least 5 mana. I can do a Bolt and a Font to start setting ourselves up. I feel like this is a strong enough bluff, and I didn't see it last turn. We're going to go for it. I'm calling your bluff, my friend. Spark Jolt. 2 for 1's okay. I'm okay with that. You know, first strike? That's cool. Return Reveler. Alrighty. Does that mean... What do I want to play then? Alrighty, just bolt the Kragma Butcher and play my Font. I kind of like that. I kind of do. Maybe just play Returned Reveler. Yeah, play the Font, play Returned Reveler. Maybe just play the Dryads and Return. No, I kind of want to get the trigger off this dude. I think we bolt and play Return Reveler. I want to get this guy off the board, set up some D, start getting to our big stuff. We want to go late. And Cragmore Butcher is definitely a dude I want dead. So yeah, let's do it. We'll also scry and see what our next card is, which is nice. Servant of Temerat, I don't think we want. It's a good card, but I want something a little bit more powerful now that we have, you know, all of our mana out. We don't have blue, but I can get blue. Probably gonna get black at this point, but that's okay. My opponent has 3 cards in hand. I can only imagine our cards are gonna be better. Don't know. Don't know at all. Faragax Giant, we'll take 5, happily. If tribute wasn't paid, I do not want to give you that guy. I'm very okay with giving a 3/3 and doing 13 damage to me since you don't have your big old god out at the moment. Ooh, our swamp. Perfect. We get to play our Keepsake Gorgon and our Font of Fertility. I like that. Alright, D is up. I've already shown that I'm willing to call bluffs, so if my opponent doesn't have anything, shouldn't be attacking. I mean, it wasn't a bluff, mind you, but like I've already shown that I'm willing to like make those kind of trades and force my opponent to use stuff. So my opponent, if there is a bluff, shouldn't be doing it. Just throws away the Faragax Giant. Yeah, my opponent doesn't have that, which is great. Can't do the Keepsake Gorgon right away. And if I want to play one of my dudes, then I can't blow my font. So maybe I blow the font, get a forest. The problem is I might want this for a an island, right? So maybe I just play the Oakheart Dryads. Pump up the Keepsake Gorgon and attack. I like that plan. I can double block the Faragax Giant with my 2 dudes pretty easily. Yeah. That works for me. Just start putting the pressure on now. Another land. What is this? Flurry of Horns? Not enough life where that doesn't overly scare me. Still, I can't get too cocky. Not Flurry of Horns. I'll do the double block. And it means I'm probably not attacking with Keepsake Gorgon next turn because I really need some defense. I need to get one of my, like, Ajani or something big to go down. Okay. Now we see what it is. Another Faragax Giant. Alright. This time I will pay tribute. You have to have your 5/5. I'm going to keep my Keepsake Gorgon. Draw land? Yeah! We're just doing this now. I want it big. I want to kill it. And I can tack in for 4 right now. I assume my opponent's pretty well out of gas. Flare Horns can do 4, put me down to 9. But then I'm still back in control of this game fairly easily. Opponent has nothing. Market Festival's okay. We'll definitely play it. So if you play Market Festival, put it on a swamp. No, let's put it on a mountain. We don't need the double anymore. Then we can tap the mountain plus with 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5. I won't be able to blow the font, but I don't really need the font, but I will be able to do both. All right, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Market Festival on the Mountain. Tap U. 1, 2. Still on U. This is just to get a bunch of damage through. Again, if Flurry of Horns comes down, I'm not worried. It's not enough to put me dead. And that's that. Alright, so we won that game handily. We got lucky in the first game because of my opponent's weird redirection. But I'm stoked. Happy to keep playing this deck into the next game. See you in round 2.